Cast Off Monday, everybody. It's me, Margaret, and I'm sitting here on the floor because it's Smitty's turn to sit in the beach chair in front of the fireplace. We take turns. Sometimes we sit together, but right now it's his turn to sit there, so I'm going to sit on the floor. Happy late Thanksgiving. I told you in my last video that I would be hosting Thanksgiving, which is why I didn't get around to doing a video last week because so much preparation is involved in that. We usually have anywhere from 20 to 40 people, but this time we only had 22, which was on the lower end. But because of that, we didn't have all the favorite dishes signed up for, because that's how we do things. It's actually Tucker's side of the family, and we all just bring something. I do the turkeys and the big things that are hard to carry over, and then people bring side dishes and whatnot. Well, we had to fill in the gaps. So my sister-in-law and nieces and my mother-in-law came over to help us fill in those gaps. We had a Wednesday cooking party, we called it. And my mother-in-law is all craftsy kind of person, and she has this craft that's relatively new to her that she's doing, and while she was here I took the opportunity to film her because I thought maybe y'all would be interested in this. It's really, really pretty. So here it is. Hey, it's Margaret here, and I've got my mother-in-law with me, and she's got this new craft here. Well, I don't know if it's new, it's probably old, huh?
Came from Japan.
It just came from Japan. What's it called?
A Japanese Tamari friendship ball.
Can you zoom in on it, baby?
I just did.
Oh, okay. And how do you do it?
You take a 3-inch styrofoam ball and wrap it with serger thread till you can't see any white on it. And then you follow a pattern with DMC 8 thread, and you divide, this one is divided into 8s.
Well, how do you spell Tamari?
T-A-M-A-R-I.
Okay, T-A-M-A-R-I. So if you want to look it up on YouTube, there might be someone who demonstrates this craft. But isn't that gorgeous? I thought y'all would like that. So
It's fun to do. It's time consuming.
I was about to say, how long does it take to do one ball?
It takes about 2 hours to wrap one ball with the serger thread, but I do it when I'm watching television. And then it takes about 2 hours to do the embroidery on it.
So you embroider with a needle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the wrapping, you don't have to be so exact when you cover it with like the blue, the base color.
The base color. And then you take it and some of them divided into 4 pieces. Some are 8s, some are 12s. And I do one that is divided into what they call an 8 combination. You put flowers around here, and the rest of it is woven different ways.
That's intricate.
You're going to have to see them all to appreciate them.
So do you have patterns?
You buy a book. You can go online at Google, Japanese Tamari, and the book costs $21, and it gives you all the instructions.
Like from beginner level all the way up?
And you can also go on, put Japanese Tamari on there, and they have patterns online. I've gotten a lot of patterns online.
Free patterns? We like those free patterns. Okay, thank you. Now, as far as what I got done, not a whole heck of a lot. These headbands that I have shown you before, I had to do 4 of those for some college-age girls, and well, one she's just got a new job in St. Louis, and it's cold there, so she's getting up her cold wardrobe, so she wanted 2 of these. This one was too big, or I would have given this to them. She liked this color, and I did a variegated one, which Bailey loved. These are like my nieces. They're very close friends, and I adore them, so that was fun. And then I'm in the process of finishing this Brainwaves beanie by Play and Hooky Designs. Haley of Haley's Hats turned me on to her, and I know a lot of other people have found her designs. Most of her patterns are paid patterns, but this one is a free pattern that she offers, and it's really fun. You have to pay close attention because you're constantly counting, and you know, it's like single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then half double, and then double, and then it goes back again. So you do have a pattern, but it's different in each time. But someone did a Christmas hat, and I thought it was cute, so I'm doing the Christmas colors in that. So I'm almost finished with that. I also did another Riptide beanie, which I need to tell Melodora, those have been a hit in my world. Everybody seems to love those things. So I did a Riptide beanie for my daughter because, poor thing, I'm doing things for everybody else and I hadn't gotten all of her orders in. So, however, I did do this and I'm so proud of it. A horse beanie, look at his mane. Alright, so here's was the deal. Cakes by Sabrina. Sweet Sabrina had done a tutorial for a zebra beanie, and it was just cute as it could be. And of course, I have connections with horses, so I wanted to do a horse one. So I'm looking around at the different free patterns that were there, and none of them really were floating my boat. And I saw this one, which was a paid pattern for $6.99, and $5.99, and I was too cheap to buy it because I just didn't have enough confidence in whether I could do a character beanie or not like this. The only one I ever did was the last Cast Off Mondays video. I showed you an owl, and it was relatively simple compared to this. So I was a little bit chicken to buy the pattern and then fail miserably. So what I did was looked at the picture of the paid pattern and used Cakes by Sabrina's zebra tutorial. And I came up with this. Now, the one in the paid pattern, her ears turned out better than my ears. So I think, because now I have more confidence, I'm going to go back and buy that pattern and see. She also didn't use buttons. I used buttons for eyes. And I put them down kind of low so he had kind of a funny looking little look. I've learned that I need to practice on my hand stitching. I'm not very good at hand stitching, and I have no idea what was supposed to happen with the reins, but I just made mine look like that. But I thought it turned out great. I was real pleased with him. You know, he looks like Bullseye from Toy Story. You know, running like the wind, Bullseye. So I'm real happy with that. So that was my big project for the past 2 weeks. Now, something else that I did this week that was not crochet was a small apron for my friend Callie, who is the owner of the horse farm. And you know, she's constantly giving lessons, and she's flitting here and there all over the farm, and she's dropped her phone 400 times, and she really prefers a notebook to write things down. And constantly she has the issue of where you know, Susie Schmuckatelli has a lesson Mondays at 3 o'clock. And then inevitably, Susie will have to go to the orthodontist next Monday, so they have to change the appointment. Well, while she's standing outside in the arena is when the parent wants to have all these discussions. And so I use my phone for that kind of stuff, but Callie is a paper person. She prefers that. So we came up with the idea that what she needed was a small apron, just a little small apron she could just tie on, had pockets, she could load it full, because she always gets out in the arena and doesn't have her Kleenex or sunscreen or something, and you know, whatever. So of course she's going to flit out and try to buy one and all that. I said, no, don't do that. I've got fabric and stuff, and I'll make you one. So this is what I came up with. So that's all I got for this week, and I'm not quite sure how much crocheting I'm going to get done this coming week, because I got to get Christmas up in this house, and that's quite an ordeal. So but I know I'll be doing something, because I can't not do it. So however little it is, I'll be here to show it to you.